Hi, welcome to my video on the FREATECH Bluetooth selfie stick. Now this selfie stick has a built-in Bluetooth shutter to operate your phone camera. Now I paid on Amazon for this product £9.99 and there was no deals on it. So we'll go around the box. We have the FREATECH logo and name at the top of the box, a picture of the actual selfie stick. On the sides we have nothing on either sides, and on the back we have nothing. Now this is what you get inside. We get first of all a instruction leaflet about the actual product and how to use it and how to set up the Bluetooth remote shutter that's built inside the handle of this selfie stick. So we get that. We get next is a very small micro USB to USB cable. Now this is only about just 5 inches in length and that's it, so you get that. And then we get a nice pouch which is made of this kind of felt material. So you get this nice black pouch with it. And then we have the selfie stick itself. Now the selfie stick comes with a phone mount, as you can see. The words FREATECH on the side. We have the buttons on the selfie stick which say Android and iOS, so you can use it with Android and iOS phones. We have a button at the top, we have a small LED here, and we have a button below which has the picture of a camera on there and an LED light there. Now on the side we have the charging port here because it has its own built-in battery, and we have off and on switch at the side, and at the bottom we have a what I would think was a 1/4 inch thread, and it's a 1/4 inch thread, but it's made into the plastic itself. It doesn't look like it when you first look at it, but there's a 1/4 inch thread there, and we have a small lanyard. Now I'll quickly go over the specifications of this. It is 3.0 Bluetooth. It has a net weight of 175 grams. Its opening length is 90 centimeters and its closed length is 23 centimeters. Now when it goes for the length of this selfie stick when it's open, I always give my impression of what the true actual length is, because as I always says, manufacturers measure from the bottom of the selfie stick to the top. So I'll give you my length, what it is actually when it extends out. It has a battery capacity built in of 120 milliamps. It charges via 5 volts. The charging time is 2 hours to charge this up. The working current is between 2 to 3 milliamps. Working hours is 12 hours working time with this, and the standby time is 1 week. Now going at the fold holder, and I'll start from the top. It has this nice folding out phone holder. Now this phone holder is very similar to the ones that you get with the Joby micro tripod. Very similar to that. So I'd say this is a bit of a generic phone holder which you get with this. Now it comes on a GoPro style 2-prong teeth GoPro style mount. The top here is GoPro styled as well, with a very small thumb screw, which is great. I like that, so you can make your own adjustments and fix that adjustment with that thumb screw, and you don't have to rely on an actual screw thread or no adjustment at all, so that's quite good. And then we have the actual shaft here, which is made of aluminium, but I'll go into that more. And the actual handle is a kind of rubber handle, so that's quite good, and it is ergonomically shaped as well, quite thick as well, quite thick to hold. And as I said before, you got the charging point and the on and off switch and the buttons to operate your phone's camera on there. Now, when you are connecting this to your phone via Bluetooth, Android users, you have to go into settings and go to Bluetooth and make sure that your phone is visible to devices, to Bluetooth devices. iOS users, just simply go into settings and Bluetooth, and both of you, all you've got to do is press the big large button here or the small button. It's up to you which one you press, but you have to keep your finger down and this light will flash. Now when the light is, obviously switch it on first, you've got to switch it on first, but keep your finger down on that button. Now this light or that light will flash. Now once it flashes, it will come up and your Bluetooth as a discovered device. You tap on it. Once you've tapped on it, you are now connected. It will connect. If it asks for a pairing number, the number is 4 zeros or 1, 2, 3, 4. Once you've entered them numbers in, if it asks for it, that will be it, and it will connect, and it will come up as FREATECH 1001, and I hope I got that in shot. So it come up as FREATECH 1001. It will come up, and then that is done now. So that is now linked to your phone. Now the length of this selfie stick, and what I always do is I do not go by the standard manufacturer's length, which is when they measure it, they measure from the bottom to the top of the selfie stick. I don't really go by that, even though it's a good marker to go by, but I don't go by that. To me, the true length of a selfie stick or action pole is when you measure from the top of the handle to the bottom of the phone mount or camera mount. That's the true length to me, because you lose some inches when you hold it here and you're losing a bit with the camera on there with the mount. So that's the true length. And the true length between these 2 points is 29 inches. So it's quite a long selfie stick when extended out. Now to extend this out, simply uses a twist lock system. So you twist it anti-clockwise to bring it out, and then clockwise to bring it in to lock it into place, and it locks quite securely, so I like that. That's quite good. It's an aluminium shaft or stem. It has a seam running down the middle of it, and it has 2 seams, one at the middle at the front and one at the back, so that's quite good. The only thing I don't like is the accent of color between each section. It's in white, and that should have been in black. That would have been really, really good. So that's not bad from a company selling this for that particular price of $9.99, so that's not too bad. Now for the mount here, this is, I'd say, is a negative, because they've made this mount up here out of plastic, and this would have been great if this mount was made out of aluminium or some kind of metal, because that will give it more longevity, especially if you're going to be using this with other equipment on there, because you can use this with a action camera, but obviously the remote will not work with an action camera of any sort. So beware of that. This Bluetooth will not work with any action camera. Now I tried pairing this up with my GoPro and it does not work. And you can use, with another mount, you can use a 360 camera, and this, I've tried it to link this up with an Insta 360 1X and the 360 and it doesn't work with that neither. So it's strictly for phone cameras only, or smartphones to connect to their Bluetooth remote. But as I said, this is a negative to me. I like the size of the thumb screw, that's nice and small, but making this out of plastic at the top here, it should have been made out of metal. Now for the shutter button. The top button, even though it's got a light on it, on an iOS camera or Apple camera, does not operate the camera. I've tried it, it does not operate the photo side of the camera nor the video side. So my guess is that is for Android only, to use that top part, that top button. I've tried it on my wife's phone on her Note, and I have to admit it works on her Note phone, that top button, but the bottom one doesn't work. So for Android the top button will work, but the bottom won't. But for iOS users and Apple users, the bottom one will work as the shutter button. So now I'm going to press the button to see if it mutes the sound of the shutter button in the camera mode, photograph mode. Now some shutter buttons on certain selfie sticks do mute the sound, so we'll see if this one works. I've just took multiple shots, but it does work, and there is a bit of a delay. I've noticed there's a bit of a delay in this. As you've seen, when I was pressing it first, it wouldn't do it, but when I kept my finger down, it took multiple shots. So it does take multiple shots if you keep your finger down, but there is a slight delay, probably about a second or a second and a half. There's a delay, but it doesn't mute the sound. So I'll go into video. And it does it. Stops it, and it stops it. So it does allow the sound on your phone when you're clicking that button, but beware, there's a bit of a delay, probably about 1.5 seconds delay in this. Now, being that it's a GoPro style mount at the top, you get 180, sorry, you get a 180 turn or angle on this, which is no problem, and you can just simply tighten it up using this screw. Now you can use other GoPro thumb mounts, thumb screws. I have tried it, it does work. Other GoPro thumb screws do work in this. Now the only thing you've got to be aware of is on the side here, and it's a bit hard to pick it up in the camera, so I'll come a bit closer. On the side here there's a nut. Now that nut is not glued in, so be aware when you're going to release and take out this thumb screw, keep your finger over that so not to lose the nut, because it's not fastened in at all, not securely fastened in. Now the mount, phone mount itself, as I said, it's a generic mount. We have a bit of rubber on the bottom here, and we have a bit of rubber on the top, and it is spring loaded. As you can see, spring loaded, and it can take a large phone, so you can take large phones in this. Now the only disappointing thing is with this particular selfie stick selfie stick, is that to get it'll hold your phone in landscape position as standard, but if you want portrait pictures, you're going to have to hold your phone that way. So you have to turn the whole entire selfie stick to get portrait, because this does not revolve at all. Now just to show you about the actual GoPro mount up here, as you can see, I have taken off the thumb screw that came with this particular selfie stick to show you. Now this is a Joby thumb screw, GoPro thumb screw, so this is a Joby one, and as you can see I connected my GoPro Hero 7 to the top, as you can see, and that thumb screw is securely in there, as you can see. So you don't have to use that particular small thumb screw if you don't want to. You can use your own thumb screw, and as you can see, it's secured there, and you can put your action camera on there. Now you can put any action camera on there, providing that it's got a GoPro style mount to it. So it's got a GoPro style mount to it. You can put any kind of action camera on this selfie stick. Now this is the same pole, same selfie stick with a 360 camera, and this is the Insta360 1X, and you can still put that kind of camera on this pole because it has that kind of mount. And I'm using the screw, the thumb screw that came with it. The only thing that you have to buy extra is the mount. Now this is a Joby mount which has a 1/4 inch thread, so it's basically a 1/4 inch screw to GoPro mount on there, and you can fit a 360 camera. Now if you're going to use a 360 camera on there, I suggest that you use the actual thumb screw that comes with the selfie stick, because it's a small thumb screw and it is less likely, especially with the Insta360 1X, that it will show up on your photos or videos. So you can use this 360 camera with this particular selfie stick. Now these are the style mounts that you need to buy extra if you want to put a 360 camera like the Insta 1X or the Insta361, sorry, on that particular selfie stick, or even on an action pole. The mounts look like this. This one is the most common one that you can get. It's basically 3/4 inch thread to GoPro style mount, and you can pick these up in England for about as low as £1, 99p. In America, you probably pick them up for $1 on eBay. Amazon, they'll be a bit more expensive, but they're easy to find, these ones. This other type one here is, I'll get that straight up. This other type one is from Joby itself. Now this normally comes with the Joby Tight Grip Pro, but you can buy these from Joby and they'll be a lot more than £1. You're looking at around about £4 for this one. It has obviously you can see it has a smaller base than this, but it does exactly the same as that one. So you can pick these up to convert it. Now this is my 2p worth on this selfie stick from FREATECH. If you're looking for a good selfie stick which is an all-rounder, and it says all-rounder, as you can see I had different cameras on there, and you can put compact cameras on there as well, as long as you've got that particular mount that I just showed you with the 1/4 inch thread. Now if you're looking for an all-rounder and a solid built selfie stick, you can't go wrong with this for $9.99. It is absolutely good, and its compact size when screwed down is very small for travel, to put into your luggage. It's no problem. Even just to put into your coat pocket, it's no problem. So I'd say this is a very good all-round selfie stick, because it doubles up as a selfie stick and an action pole. It's just a pity that the Bluetooth system in here doesn't work with GoPro cameras or any kind of action camera, and it definitely does not work with 360 cameras, especially the Insta360 1X. I have tried to link it up and it does not work. It does not work at all. So for an all-round selfie stick, it is absolutely brilliant, and I think it's worth its money. Now, as for the 1/4 inch thread there, I initially said to you that it's made out of plastic. I have to do an apology for that. That is plastic, but the actual screw thread in the middle there is made out of metal. So you can actually place this on tripod feet or on a tripod. So that's really good. So I would say, if you're looking for an all-rounder that can go with your phone and go with your action cameras or 360 cameras, you can't go wrong with this. It's well worth its money. Now for the negatives, and there's only 3 negatives and they're not that bad. The first negative is the GoPro style mount that they put up here. This should have been made out of metal than plastic. If it was made out of metal, it would have been absolutely one of the most perfect selfie sticks I've come across, because the weight of it's not too bad, the actual grip of it's not too bad, and the actual strength of the stem when it's pulled out is really good. So this would have been a perfect all-rounder. right? A 10 out of 10, and especially for the price. So, but it's that mount. That should have been made out of metal, not plastic, because if you drop that and that breaks or has a crack in it, it's just useless. So that's one. The second one is, and whether you want to call it a negative, if you want to call it that, is the Bluetooth system in here. You can't pair it with GoPro cameras. I tried pairing it with other action cameras and it doesn't work. That uses a remote system. It don't work. And it doesn't work with the Insta361X nor the Insta361 360-degree cameras. It does not work with them. So it's just strictly for mobile phones. And that would have been brilliant if that could have been paired with any of those cameras. It would have been absolutely great for that. So that's another negative. And the last one has to do with the phone mount at the top. Now, I know this is a generic phone mount and it's the same kind of phone mount that Joby uses on their Joby micro tripods. You get this same mount, exactly the same as this. The only thing with this mount is when you are taking portrait pictures, you're going to have to turn the whole entire selfie stick like so. So you can't, it holds your phone in landscape, but if you want portrait pictures, you're going to have to turn it like that. So that's the only negatives about this selfie stick. Otherwise, if you're looking for a good all-rounder selfie stick to carry with your various cameras that you carry, even your small compact cameras, as long as you buy one of them mounts with the 1/4 inch thread, you can't go wrong with this. So I'd say FREATECH, you got a great product. I like it. I give it a thumbs up. I almost give it a 10 out of 10. Just change that mount. Now, if you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. If you happen to have this particular selfie stick, please leave a comment down in the comment section what you think about it, because your opinion may be far different to mine. So just please leave a line down in the comment section. Thanks for watching this video, and if you don't like it, give it a thumbs down. I understand. Thanks for watching, and oh yes, please subscribe.